Organelles involved in protein manufacture. Now that we know how organelles could have evolved, let's turn our focus to the individual organelles, their functions, and how they work together. One of the most important functions of the cell is to make proteins. Recall that proteins are made out of a combination of 20 amino acids at varying lengths. Making proteins correctly is very important as they carry out vital functions across the cell. Protein manufacturing, processing, and packaging require different organelles working together in unison. We will first explore the organelle that houses the instructions to make proteins, the nucleus. The nucleus inside the atom with protons and neutrons is not the organelle nucleus within cells. The biological nucleus is usually, but not always, in the center of a cell, and it is sometimes referred to as the control center of the cell. The nucleus of the cell contains the DNA and controls the cell's activities by directing protein synthesis from DNA. Prokaryote. Pro means before, karyon means kernel or seed, nucleus. Eukaryote. Eu means true, karyon also means kernel, seed, nucleus. So prokaryote means before a nucleus, and eukaryote means true nucleus. DNA is configured into structures called chromosomes. Recall that prokaryotes have one chromosome that is double-stranded and circular. The number of chromosomes a eukaryote has depends on the species. These chromosomes are made up of a complex of tightly coiled DNA and associated proteins called chromatin. The DNA is tightly wound around proteins called histones, like thread wrapped on a spool. The combination of 8 histones and DNA is called a nucleosome. Here's a video on how DNA is packaged. As we will study in future units, during cell division, DNA in chromatin is further tightly wound, or condensed, into the characteristic structure shown. A condensed chromosome contains 2 sister chromatids, which are identical copies of each other. Sister chromatids are held together at the centromere. In addition, the chromosomal ends are called telomeres. The nucleus is enclosed by a double cell membrane structure called the nuclear envelope. The nuclear envelope has many openings called nuclear pores. Nuclear pores help the nucleus communicate with other parts of the cell. Inside the nucleus is a dense region known as the nucleolus. The nucleolus is where ribosomal RNA, or rRNA, is made and ribosomes are assembled. DNA can be seen in the form of chromatin, which is uncondensed. The main functions of the nucleus are to maintain a safe copy of all chromosomes, or DNA, and pass them on to daughter cells in cell division, assemble ribosomes in the nucleolus, and copy DNA instructions into RNA via transcription, which will be explained in more detail in further units.